Hello, I'm Alicia. Welcome to the Practice Nurse Mentor. This is my very first video for this channel, so I thought that I would just do a quick introduction so that you know a little bit about me and what my plan is for this channel and the content that I'm hoping to make available to you. I'm going to preface this whole thing with an apology for my dog. Mainly the fact that technology is not my strong suit. So this is going to be pretty rudimentary, pretty basic until I can learn things along the way, get people to help me figure out how to do editing and professional videos and things like that. So at the moment, this is an amateur video, but what's in here and what's in here is the main thing that I want to try and convey here. So excuse the unpolished presentation, but bear with me. I'm sure we'll get through as we'll get better as I get along. So yes, as I said, I wanted to introduce myself. This is my I've had this in my mind to do this for a while, and I just keep thinking I've got to start this. And tonight right, that's it. I'm starting it. So here I am. So the Practice Nurse Mentor. I have a dream, and that dream is to share what I know to as many people as possible. So whether you're someone who is considering getting into practice nursing, if you're already in it and you're starting out, and you're just needing some support and some information and things like that along the way, then hopefully I'll be your gal. But also, if you are already an experienced practice nurse, you've got something to share with others, this might be the space for you to do so. Just trying to get information out there and trying to support the practice nurse community. That's my plan with this. These videos will be the basics of that, and then hopefully develop things along the way. So first of all, let me tell you a little bit about me. I first became a nurse in 1994. I started out as an enrolled nurse, and after I graduated, I was doing some agency work for a little while. I didn't really know what I wanted to do in terms of, did I want to be surgical? Did I want to do medical? Did I want to do rehab? Did I want to do aged care? I wasn't really sure. I was leaving myself open to options and suggestion about the kinds of things that I might want to get into. So the agency was great for that. You get to go around to lots of different locations, different wards, different hospitals, different facilities to try and figure out what kind of nursing you really wanted to focus on. I had it in my mind what I feel I am as a nurse and what I want to be able to do as a nurse. So it was just a question of trying to find the right place, the right fit. So after a while, I was doing some shifts. I'd had a few shifts at this one particular private hospital, and they'd said to me, we've got some positions coming available, some within the surgical area, and then there was another position available in the operating theatres. And I went, hello, that sounds interesting. I am a little bit of a sucker for some gore or some juiciness. So I thought, hey, why not? And I got the job. So that was amazing. I really loved it. I had 10 years working in the operating theatres. This was a smallish private hospital, so pretty good for, just breaking me in, getting myself used to things in that particular field. But I loved it. I learned so much about the human body and the workings of it and all that kind of stuff. Also learned a bit about, working with doctors, working with other team members, working with just corporate bodies, the healthcare system, all that kind of stuff, politics, things. So anyway, after that, what else did I do? Okay, so then, I got married, had baby, all those sorts of things. And then I found myself being a single mother of a little baby. I kind of poddled along for a little while, but after a bit, I kind of I really struggled. I found it challenging to be a single mom of a little baby, doing the shift work. It was hard to go to work, dropping my child off in the dark, picking my child up in the dark at the end of the day. What might have been an 8-hour shift turned into a 12-hour shift because you just can't walk out in the middle of a cardiac bypass surgery or of a hip replacement or something like that. So it was weighing on me. It was weighing on me, that mum guilt, and just that I wanted to be spending time with my little girl. So I made the decision to step away from nursing, but I knew that I wanted to stay in healthcare. That's what I wanted to do. But I guess I wanted to try and find something that was a little bit more conducive to the hours of single parenting. So I ended up going back to study and I became a remedial massage therapist. Loved that, got my diploma in health science, which was 2 years of full-time study. And then I opened up my own practice as a remedial massage practitioner. I was very heavily medical-based practitioner as well, so combining obviously my nursing experience to provide that kind of a service. Loved that. Again, learnt so much in that complementary health kind of sphere. I also ended up doing some quite extensive postgraduate training. And then when I found that that was lacking, I actually went and learnt how to do things to develop training packages for other for other remedial therapists, because what I wanted to know wasn't out there in easy to get to. So did lots of research and development and put together training packages, and then I started delivering those, and that's how I got my foot in the door with other training colleges and TAFEs and things like that to start educating other people. I really liked adult education. I found it fulfilling, challenging, and so I realized that that was also something that I really love to do. So I kept kind of, dipping my toes in that training and education sphere throughout different jobs that I held. After a while with the business side of things, look, running a small business is really hard. I did all of it myself. I did all my own web design. I did all my own marketing. I run my practice. I was teaching face-to-face 20 hours a week with students and facilitating training and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, long story short, second marriage broke down as well, and found myself being a single mom again. Decided that I might go back to nursing, because at least then I could just go to work, get paid and come home and not have to worry about doing all those other things outside of work. So obviously it had been a little while since I'd been a nurse, and so I had to go back and do some retraining because my original enrolled nursing qualification was a bit outdated, and by this stage now there was endorsed enrolled nursing. So in order for me to go and do all that medication management, it was quite a significant amount of re-entry program thing that I had to have done. So I thought, you know what? Why don't I just go to uni? I had wanted to do that before. Life happened, babies happened, things like that happened, and I never did go back to uni. So I thought, now's the time. So I did. I went back to university as a mature age student and single mother, working, studying full time, all that jazz, the fun stuff. But I did it, and I hope that taught my girls very valuable lessons as well, that you can work hard and you can achieve whatever it is that you want. Anyway, so becoming a registered nurse, I knew by the time I was ready to graduate, I knew that I didn't really want to go working in a hospital setting. I didn't feel like that was the kind of nursing that I wanted to do. Having had my own practice, obviously you have a lot of autonomy there. But the thing that I loved about what I did was that continuity of care. So I got to meet people and then see them through different stages of their health and well-being. I got to see extended family members. I would have clients that would come, and then their partner would come. Then they got married. Then they had babies. Those babies would come, and then the grandparents would come. Like, there was just this whole community that was there. And I loved that. I loved that whole aspect of nursing and treating someone as that holistic healthcare, that they're more than just that condition that they have, that they are more than just that surgical procedure that they've come in to have. And I love the idea of being able to combine that 20 odd years worth of experience across traditional and complementary health. I liked the idea of being able to combine that into some kind of nursing career. So yeah, primary healthcare seemed like the thing that it was going to be for me. So I had no intention of going and applying for new grad positions in hospitals and things like that. I thought, I'm just going to try my luck going out in the community and seeing if I can get some kind of a primary healthcare role. So yeah, I ended up getting a job in general practice. The manager that interviewed me, she was a nurse herself, and she said to me that I could see from your resume, obviously you didn't have any experience working in practice, general practice, but you had a wealth of knowledge that was easily transferable into that primary healthcare field. So she was willing to give me a chance, and I'm so grateful that she did, because that got my foot in the door. And you know the saying, the rest is history. But yeah, that I was so grateful for that opportunity. I was so grateful that someone saw beyond what was written on a piece of paper, no experience, and, you know, just flicker me off to the side, that I had a very long list of other things that I was experienced in the world. So yeah, I loved that. And I've always kept that, because that sort of is in my mind when I look at people, and when I'm training people that are new, and when I'm mentoring new nurses and transitioning nurses, that it's what other experience can they have to draw on, that they can then bring those skills and bring that knowledge and then just implant it into the situation that they're in now. Anyway, I digress. The whole idea of working in general practice was just amazing to me, that I got to do a lot of different things, as well as have that kind of nursing that I really loved, that you're building relationships, that you are having that continuity of care, and that you're able to implement that holistic healthcare model. Loved that. I am a very passionate advocate for primary healthcare. I'm a very passionate advocate for the fact that general practice nursing is a specialty field. 100% specialty field. If you don't know what we do, or even if you do know what we do, you know that we have to be across the board in a whole range of different things. And that is very infrequently found in other aspects of nursing. So hospital-based nursing, if you're in a medical ward, you pretty much, that's what you do. If you're working in a cardiovascular ward, that's what you do. When you're working in general practice, you have to be a jack of all trades and a master of all. And it's a very broad spectrum, and I really like that. But yeah, unfortunately, we don't get the recognition that we deserve. We don't get the acknowledgement that we deserve. And sometimes that's from management or, practice owners and stuff like that. But I'm also talking at government level. We are so undervalued, and we are so underappreciated, and we are so underutilized to the highest level of our skill sets. I won't go down that rabbit hole because you won't get me started. But yeah, that's part of like the motivation for this, is to get sort of more understanding about the field of practice nursing, and what we do and the value that we bring. Also just to encourage other people to explore the idea of coming into this specialty field as an option for your nursing career, because I think it's something that's worthwhile. So along the way, in the last few years, probably the last 5 years, actually no, it might even be more than that. I've done some mentoring along the way. I have worked with APNA doing their transition to practice programs. I've been involved in their nursing and primary healthcare programs. I've written content for them, delivered content for them, been mentors. I've been part of the mentoring leadership program. I've also been involved with the Heart Foundation and their healthy heart checks, providing information and material for that, and doing videos about promotion for that and all that sort of stuff. So I have got a lot of experience in doing adult education and training along the way. So I'm hoping to combine all of those sorts of things into this whole practice nurse mentor gig. My plan for this is to initially start out with some video content. So all different aspects of practice nursing. We will definitely be talking about care planning or chronic disease management. And as we speak, there are some very interesting changes ahead with that. But that'll be another video. Health assessments, just, all those kinds of things. And some of that will be just sort of like generalized, but then probably delving into some more in-depth information about it, and some tips and tricks and guidance on how to be, doing better with some of those things, if you wish, I suppose. I really welcome your feedback as well on the videos that I put out, or what you would like to see in terms of content. So if there are topics that you're interested in discussing, I would really love to hear about that. And then I can look at creating information or content for that. I am hoping that this will sort of expand beyond the videos realm into some other things. So maybe some private mentoring in some fashion, but that'll be down the track. So yeah, if you are considering a career in primary healthcare, specifically being in general practice, then stay tuned for some more videos. If you are new to practice nursing and you are needing some guidance, because I know that it's quite common that you get thrown in the deep end. There's a lot to learn. And you're often expected to learn it pretty quickly. So if you're needing some guidance with that, yes, you can go and do the APNA programs, and I do recommend those. They are amazing, so they are well worth it. So I am absolutely not suggesting that I'm going to be in any way better than them, or those programs, I should say. But this is an adjunct to that. What I'm hoping to sort of provide that extra information as an adjunct to those things. So yeah, hopefully there's going to be something for everybody. So please, if you're interested in joining me along the way, like the videos that you pop up, maybe subscribe to the channel, and that way you can be kept up to date when new videos arrive. I'm not sure how frequent those videos are going to be coming out, but I have got a few ideas on my list of things that I would like to put some content out regarding. So yeah, hopefully another one will be up very shortly, but this one was just a quick one to say hello and introduce myself, and the plan for the channel, and hopefully I can see some of you along the way. So thanks very much, guys. Bye for now.